What's up, Narco Gang? Welcome back to the channel. If y'all not subscribed, you already know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to be notified for everything that we drop. Today's video is about the Apple Vision Pro durability. Let's see how the Apple Vision Pro actually hold up. I see all these videos. I saw Kyson that. I saw iShowSpeed, which who got scammed. They scammed the shit out of iShowSpeed. Y'all go watch that video. I posted that short. Actually, it's a short, so y'all watch my short. It's actually not short. It's a long little short as far as the whole little situation. But then I seen a lot of people with the Apple Pro Vision, bro. And to me personally, it don't look like a good $5,000 investment as far as the durability and as far as the, you know what I'm saying, the technology in it. Well, like what is this? What is it for? What you gonna use it for $5,000? You feel what I'm saying? So for the most part, I've seen a lot of videos, people using it. I've seen what they can do with it. The tracking in it is horrible. You can't, like the people on the subway, if you're riding on the subway, you can't use it. If you're actually moving and walking, you can't actually use it. It's gonna let some tell you to be stationary and stuff like that. And then it's like, it's just kind of early. It's like real early beta for me, honestly. I wouldn't spend I don't even got $5,000 to spend on it. If I did, I wouldn't spend it on that. So with that being said, we finna go ahead and look at this durability test and see exactly how durable the Apple Vision Pro is. Well, with that being said, y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it, Narco Gang.
The Apple Vision Pro. Not gonna lie, when this was first announced, I thought Apple had lost their collective minds and that this headset was gonna be the biggest flop in the history of tech. But then I tried it, and as a die-hard Android user and a PC consumer, the Apple Vision Pro rocked my socks. I used it for a total of about 2 hours, knowing that eventually the time would come to, you know, do what I do, and I'll leave the software reviewing to the likes of iJustine or MKBHD. I'm just here to talk about the build quality, hardware, and durability. I will say, however, that the first time I stood up while wearing it, I subconsciously ducked to avoid hitting one of the virtual displays hanging in front of me. And if that's not an indicator of how real this thing almost feels, I'm not sure what is. Right out of the box, the Apple Vision Pro comes with a protective sock for the supposedly...
That right there, it just looks so flimsy. Even though it is made out of aluminum, metal, and shit like that, they say it's good material. But to me, I felt like it's flimsy as far as like how long it's gonna look this good. You get what I'm saying? Like it's gonna get scratched up, it's gonna get beat up, you know, it's gonna fall, it's gonna do it, you're gonna run into shit possibly. A lot of shit, bro. And like the glass is gonna be real, it can be real scuffed up and cracked probably real easy. So I mean that's my opinion. But we're gonna find out right now.
Glass lens on the front. There's a magnetically detachable light shield, and I'm gonna be honest again, the best piece of construction on this Vision Pro is the solo knit headband strap. Apple says this thing is made from 70% recycled yarn, but holy smokes, if this thing isn't the softest, most cuddliest piece of fabric I've ever felt in my whole life. Feels like it's been knitted with the love of 1,000 grandmas. There's a little snowboard boot binding style tightener on the side, which fits the vibe since these already look like snowboarding goggles. The solo knit band is detachable with a tiny orange pull tab and seems sturdy enough all by itself. There are cameras splattered all over the front, inside, and on the bottom of the Vision Pro, with very large fan vents built into the frame to cool down the internal hardware. After all, the Apple Vision Pro boils down to being just a computer for your face. We'll see all of its hardware glory in just a few seconds. The proprietary twist lock power cable is fine. There's no way a USB-C or lightning cable would have been able to handle a moving user like this thing is able to. And I have plenty more thoughts on the battery, but we'll also get to that in just a second.
Yeah, the lock don't come out unless you twist it. So I guess I like that part of it, because if it was USB type shit, it'll be able to come right the fuck out. Like one of these little USB cords like that, it'll probably just pop right out, especially after a while that shit get real loose. But as far as that, it's like a lock. Like you have to click it and lock. In order for it to come out, you got to unlock it and then pull it. You know what I'm saying? Pull it out. So I like that feature about it.
Second, let's commence with the scratch test. Now, this thing is a whopping $3,500, and it feels solid and good in the hand. I fully expected this front surface to be made from glass, especially after watching some other reviewers. But as we work our way up the most scale of hardness, we start seeing scratches at a level 3 with deeper grooves at a level 4. I was so shocked I had to go back and check again. Level 2 seems to be unaffected, but wow. I first thought to myself, don't worry Jerry, you just got bamboozled by a screen protector. But there is no screen protector. This scratch plastic is
That's
permanently attached to the unit.
crazy.
Apple's calling this laminated glass on their website, but when I read that, I thought the laminate would be in the middle or underside, like on a windshield, not on top where it can get permanently scuffed up. Any keys, coins, or metal object that comes in contact with the Apple Vision Pro will leave a permanent, unrepairable mark. Yeah,
That's
Apple does sell
crazy.
AppleCare for $500, but even with that AppleCare, the cover glass replacements, the word glass is doing a lot of heavy lifting here,
So why is he
cost
fucking this
$300
shit up,
additional
man?
dollars.
Why are you messing
That's a total of
If it costs that much, why would you? And if it's not repairable, why would you scratch it up for some likes and views? That's crazy.
cover glass replacements would have cost if you didn't buy AppleCare at all. I'm not super good at math, someone can double check my work there, but AppleCare doesn't seem like all that great of a deal on the
He
Apple
doing
Vision
shit
Pro.
that
Now don't get me
motherfuckers ain't gonna
wrong,
be
being
doing.
but
First
plastic
off,
on the outside
who is gonna be? Who head gonna be on fire, gang? Like, why you?
means it will scratch easier. And if those scratches appear on top of one of the many cameras or sensors around the outside, it's going to really mess up your worldview, literally, figuratively,
Hell no.
and economically. The sock that comes with the Vision Pro best be on at all times, or Apple needs to start selling an easily replaceable screen
That shit over
protector.
with.
Also, I would highly
That
recommend
shit done
against smoking
for.
anything or standing near a campfire while wearing the Vision Pro for obvious reasons. The silver anodized metal body of the Apple Vision Pro is milled from one solid
Whoa.
piece of aluminum.
Oh my god. This
Extremely
dude
impressive,
is a
actually. The
monster.
deeper my own team gets into manufacturing wheelchairs, the more I appreciate what other companies are able to
Oh,
accomplish.
he just
And this
scratching
Apple Vision
bitch
Pro
up.
body is truly a work of art. The lower cameras are
I
covered
would
with
never
glass.
let this dude use
The
my product
front-facing
for a
units
video.
are obviously covered with soft, scratchable plastic, so definitely keep an eye out for that.
Oh my.
The buttons, of course, are all
He is going to town on this shit, gang. I would never let him use my shit for a video, gang. You can't use no device I got for a video. Look at his hand. He done already cut himself the fuck up trying to do shit.
also made from metal.
Put the knife down. Put the damn knife down, gang.
And continuing onward with the scratchable theme, scratches on the exterior might not affect the viewing experience, but scratches on the interior most definitely will. I cannot stress how important it is to not clean or wipe the interior plastic lenses of the Apple Vision Pro with paper towels, tissues, or napkins, since all of these paper products have wood fibers that will completely and permanently absolutely wreck the plastic lenses. I wore glasses for about a decade, so I know firsthand. You should only use soft cloths to clean the inner lenses since they can scratch very easily. The rubbery flexible ear speakers are pretty nifty, quite enough to fire directly down into your ears, but loud enough to also be heard by nearby neighbors. The housing is made from metal, but seems
$5,000 and he's scratching this motherfucker up. That's crazy.
durable enough so far. The interior of the Apple Vision Pro, with its light still removed, is kind of a fluffy, stretchy black cloth thing with a slightly translucent rubber underliner. The rubber's probably there to help keep moisture.
I know Apple is watching this like, bro, we did not tell you to do this shit to our product, gang. They probably gonna sue his ass for this shit.
Your makeup, sweat, and tears of loneliness from entering into the motorized internal, which we'll see more of in just a second. There are no visible screws on the outside, which is fine. Personally, I kind of like the industrial look of visible screws, like on the Apple Watch Ultra, but I'm also totally fine with
that shit is done for. There's no more using that.
finding them on my own. I was really good at those Where's Waldo books as a kid.
Oh, he's cutting it up.
And yeah, it did look a little bit better with the cloth in place. Even with it gone, we still don't see any screws. So quick little bend test to see if that might be the quickest way inside. But the sheer girth of the aluminum frame makes any flex impossible. There's no movement when bent from the front or the back. Thumbs up for that. So it looks like we have to actually find those screws if we want to see what's powering this thing and what the internal and external displays look like from the inside. I thought that maybe I could heat up the exterior laminated glass and pop it off that way, but my first attempt only damaged the laminate more. Instead, I found that there is a removable black plastic shield on the inside hiding some of the inner workings. with a lot of T5 and T4 screws in really weird places. This comes as a shock to no one, but the Apple Vision Pro is not designed to be repaired. With a plethora of screws removed, the lens mechanism can lift up and away from the frame to reveal dual turbo fans, very similar to what we see inside of a MacBook. And this thing does look incredibly awesome from the inside. The lenses can automatically motorize left and right, measuring interpupillary distances between 51 millimeters all the way to 75 millimeter. The near instant functionality of this thing is exquisite. I do have some thoughts on accessibility improvements, but we'll get to that later. Every screw in here is different, and there are about 4 or 5 different types of screws. Repairability is again an afterthought. With the plastic lenses gone, we can dig even deeper to find the inner screen. Apple says there are 23 million pixels inside the Vision Pro, micro OLED pixels to be exact, all of which are jam-packed into 2 rectangles, one for each eye. These rectangles are about 32 millimeters wide and 27 millimeters tall. Don't let its small size fool you though. The experience of visiting the moon in these things is otherworldly, and I really am a fan of the Vision Pro. Not enough to actually go back to an iPhone, not at least until they have scheduled text messages, but I am still a fan. And speaking of fans, again, we find ourselves with no more visible screws from this side of the Vision Pro, not even under the carbon fiber looking structure in the middle. Apple's making this teardown difficult, but that's okay. I enjoy a challenge, and it'll give us another opportunity to enter in from the screen. Especially now that I know this is the only way left to get inside, I can be a bit more aggressive. We still need to find the outer screen and the processing hardware, and finally with some heat and some razor-accurate penetration, thanks to my jerry-rig knife, I'm able to slice around the exterior of the Apple Vision Pro and remove that top laminated glass layer. Hard to believe that Apple charges $800 for this procedure when my razor knife only costs $15.
$800 just to take the glass off?
But alright. There you have it, the Apple Vision Pro's three-dimensionally formed laminated cover glass removed in one piece. Wild that this piece of glass alone costs more than some iPhone.
That is
a question I get quite
crazy.
a lot is why I don't continue my Mohs hardness scratch test all the way up to level 9. Well, let me show you.
Dang.
The Grand Canyon level grooves left by a level 9 pick compromises the glass enough to shatter it out of existence.
Wow.
But at least now we know that there really is glass underneath all that plastic. Screws still somehow manage to elude us, but don't worry, my patience is immeasurable. Turns out there is another black plastic layer on this side containing some sort of filter for the RoboCop style front display screen.
See, he got his hand wrapped up now, and he's gonna cut himself the fuck up.
Turns out the reason why this screen is displaying people's eyes so uniquely is because it's a lenticular lens, a ribbed display which produces the illusion of depth by having a holographic effect. It definitely produces a memorable visual animation, that's for sure. And it's under this lenticular display that we finally see the hardware. Buckled down with a smorgasbord of screws and ribbon cables, the front-facing camera array comes off as one complete unit. Not surprising since so many of the cameras and LiDAR sensors have to be perfectly positioned so they can all work in unison with that new R1 chip. And I learned the hard way, there is a copious amounts of thermal paste on Apple's circuit board. Joined together by a flexible hinge over the nose, there are dual boards, one in front of each eye, and they both use a metal plate directly attached to the back side of the turbofans for cooling. With the thermal paste removed, we see the glorious M2 chip and the phenomenal R1 chip. The R1 chip is what takes all the inputs from the cameras, microphones, sensors, and within 12 milliseconds creates a nearly lag-free real-time view of the world around you inside the mask, since as we have clearly seen, the Vision Pro itself is not transparent. The world is digitally recreated for the viewer inside of the headset, on the screens that we ripped out earlier. I feel like the Vision Pro is the first generation of something really special. It does feel weird to say, but seeing Apple branch out for the first time in a decade and try something new is really exciting. I do wish Apple could make it slightly more accessible though to people with physical impairments. Maybe instead of making the click a fingertip tap for people without finger function, there could be an option for a wrist twist, which could be the click, or a double blink, which would make the Vision Pro more usable for high spinal cord injury. Accessibility is pretty important, and the Vision Pro is nearly there already. The whole Vision Pro contraption, of course, is powered by a rather small external battery pack. And at first glance, the 3,166 milliamp hour capacity seems rather small, but the real number to look at though is the watt hour, since the voltage of this battery pack is far higher than the voltage of a normal cell phone battery. The 35.9 watt hours of this battery bank should last for about 2 hours. Unfortunately, the proprietary plug to the battery though makes
2 hours is horrible, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you. For all that money, for $5,000 or $3,500 market price, but they selling them for 5 bands. For $5,000, you getting only 2 hours, bro. A battery like that's crazy. That's horrible, gang. What y'all think about this, Narco gang? Y'all think this shit worth it? I don't think it's worth it at all, gang. At all. Like not even a little bit. I don't think it's worth the price. Maybe if it was like $200, then yeah. But for 5 bands, nah. That's just a waste of money right there, Brody. And I ain't gonna lie to you, that's just a waste of money. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's nothing possibly I could think of. No business meeting, no gaming experiences, no nothing that's gonna make it even better and make you even more money. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we out there staying narco gang. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Peace.